Now, listen, you guys, somebody really needs to talk to Messi Lee, and somebody needs to let him know that this is not 2018 anymore. It seems like each time Nicki Minaj has got positive press, he cannot handle it. And somehow his mind really is failing to process that this is 2023 and no one is still falling for his antics, okay? People were coming for him in his own comment section. It seems like people are also over it. And we're going to be talking about Chrisean Rock, you guys, and all this nonsense that she's out here doing. And Benzino's child, you guys, is out there in an interview also going in on the father. And at this point, I'm just like, pick a side, Koi. Do you like your dad or do you not? Jay Hudson is gushing over Common, and people are saying that, well, Common is the male version of Lori Harvey. Hello, tea lovers, and welcome to the Tea Plug. I trust you guys are doing well, and I trust you are doing great. Personally, I am doing great, you guys. I'm doing amazing. And without further ado, let us dive straight into today's tea. So first of all, we're going to talk about Messi Lee, you guys. It seems like Jason is out there still being in denial, okay? You do know that lately Nicki Minaj has been getting positive, press. She has been winning. There has been the Vogue cover. There has been, the Grammy nominations. It has been Nicki Minaj, and all in positive light, okay? It seems like the Transformer and her friends cannot handle that, okay? Because Messi Lee really did come with the 2018 kind of stand, trying to divert people from the positive things that are happening around Nicki Minaj. Now, to show you how odd this is, you guys, you do know that I think it was actually 2 or a week ago, Nicki Minaj came out, we spoke about it on this channel, told the Barbz to be nice to people and to stop dragging people. And I even said it in that video that this is not the first time that Nicki Minaj has said this, okay? She has, always said to the Barbz, be nice and stuff like that. And I remember seeing Hollywood Unlocked actually posting this, you guys. And remember, I was complaining about how they said finally Nicki Minaj tells the Barbz, to stop attacking people and stuff like that. And I was even complaining about the caption. That was weeks ago, you guys. But for some reason, you guys, 10 hours ago, well, at least by the time that I took the screenshots, it was like 10 hours ago. Messi Lee was out here basically posting this entire situation all over again on his timeline, you guys, on Instagram, discussing about Nicki Minaj telling the Barbz to not come for people. Isn't it odd that, well, it has been weeks, you guys, since Nicki did that. They spoke about it, but now that people are talking about Nicki Minaj, selling out in as far as Vogue is concerned, Nicki Minaj covering Vogue, Nicki Minaj getting Grammy, nominations, that is just the time that Messi Lee decided to bring this up. Is it just coincidence, you guys, or do you really see what he's trying to do? But one thing that I like is that people are walking 2023 and people are seeing right through him. And the more he's doing stuff like this, the more people are beginning to look to not take him seriously. Do you understand what I'm saying? It seems like I was shocked, you guys, when I clicked into the comment section, because majority of the people in the comment section were really seeing right through him and were calling him out. People were like, oh my goodness, where have you been? Now that this woman is winning, this is the time that you decide to come in here and say that you don't believe that she was being sincere. That's what he was saying, you guys. He found a way of making it a negative message for Nicki Minaj to tell the Barbz to be nice to people. He made it all negative. And I'm like, Jason, this obsession really, even for you, is becoming too low. Do you understand what I'm saying? He has always been a low person, but listen, it's becoming way too low, and it seems like a lot of people are over his antics. In one moment, he wants Nicki Minaj to be thrown in jail. In the next moment, he wants Nicki Minaj on his podcast. But then I'm like, what do you want to converse with Nicki Minaj, you guys? Like, let's be honest, okay? What conversation will Jason have with, with Nicki Minaj? Their IQ levels are completely different. Do you understand what I'm saying? If it was someone like Joe Biden, I think I would understand. Like, what are you going to talk about, Jason? He doesn't know how to get into anything deep, okay? All he knows is mess, okay? And so it's surprising to me to see that in his mind he actually thinks that a sit down with Nicki Minaj would actually make any sense, okay? Jason Lee is just made, you guys, that, well, he picked the knockoff version of Nicki Minaj, literally picked the Shein version of Nicki Minaj, and now he's stuck with that. And I guess that's where the frustration comes from, okay? He really thought he was doing something. He thought he was, having a one-up on Nicki Minaj by literally, fanning over and hyping up this mediocre knockoff version, Shein version of Nicki Minaj, and now he's stuck with that. That's exactly who your IQ level matches with. Like, literally, I feel like at this point, you should just leave Nicki Minaj alone. Like, I cannot even begin to imagine a conversation between those two people. And I'm glad that Nicki Minaj continues to pay him dust, you guys. Anyway, I'm just going to read 2 or 3 of the comments, that people were saying. And I think I'm just going to insert, the screenshots that I managed to basically take. Somebody said, do you want to be Nicki friend so bad, obsessed? Okay. And another person said, didn't Cardi do the same thing? You didn't wish your friend was in prison for having them girls jumped for her husband sleeping with them. You constantly don't like this lady, leave her alone, okay? And another person said, biased journalists make me cringe low-key. This is like the Fox News of hip-hop. And another person said, Nicki is not some big mafia boss like you try to make out she is. Bye, Jason. And another person said, we get it, you don't like Nicki Minaj and you want to leak Cardi B as time and again. We get it. Another person said, Jason, we know you Team Cardi, no need for all of this. And then somebody said, I'm convinced he's a fan. And another person said, I love that she continues to ignore you and will never be on your show. Keep saying stuff to add to that pending lawsuit, talking about she has G's in her studio when it was upcoming new artists that she named each and every one. She has hired people to come after you and you didn't report it like the rat you are to get her arrested. And another person said, well, Cardi actually jumped girls, and you're in your face though. And another person said, doing this type of weird stuff is going to stop you from moving forward, to be honest. This whole platform could just be over before you know it. And another person said, why do you dislike Nicki so much, okay? And another person said, this is just said, protect black women, including Nicki. And another person said, the timing of this after Nicki and Ice Spice get nominated for a Grammy is just SOM, okay? And honestly speaking, I love to see the fact that the world is, finally noticing what is happening with this man, okay? The obsession right now is scary. If I were Nicki Minaj, I would literally get a restraining order. This man is obsessed, and you can tell, you can see it from his face. Like, it's scary, you guys. What has this woman done to you, Jason? It's scary, you guys. The dislike is on another level. It's just so dark, so vile, you guys. Oh my goodness. I wonder how Nicki Minaj feels if she bumps into stuff like this, you guys, because it's so unsettling. Okay? You can tell that if he had it his way, I don't know the things that he would be wishing on Nicki Minaj, honestly speaking. For what reason, really? Just because she refuses to be associated with you. It's crazy, you guys, literally. The dislike is absurd, if you ask me. And another person really said, he's so biased because of Cardi, Jesus Christ. And another person said, this guy is sick and it's not funny. The hate for Nicki Minaj is consuming him. It's sad. Okay? And another person said, Jason, please, like, does any of your people ever tell you that you sound crazy? Crazy he does sound. At this point, is he normal, you guys? I don't know if it's just looking for engagement or whatever, but one thing that I'm glad about is the fact that people are really beginning, to see right through him. Another person said, we don't talk about her, because he had said that, well, they don't often talk about Nicki Minaj. And I'm just like, it's crazy to me that he actually does believe his own lies. This person said, we don't talk about her a lot, and put some laughing emojis. And then they said, baby, the lies, okay? And another person also said, you are a loser, Jason Lee, and miserable. She's always told the Barbz not to threaten people. Y'all just want to paint this Nicki is a horrible person narrative when she really isn't. After everything you have said about her and the family, I'm surprised you haven't been knocked off, you're a toxic narcissistic man who doesn't want to be held accountable for your actions. The reason why people come after you is because you falsely accuse people of doing all sorts of stuff and then pick on her son and call him all sorts of stuff. You are biased because you're friends with Cardi. You won't hold her accountable for her men's actions or her own sending men to F up women, okay? Which I totally agree with. You guys, I'm on 9 minutes. I didn't plan for this to be this long, but hey, these are some of the things that people had to say, and looking into the comment section, I had assurance that people are finally waking up, okay? And people are finally realizing who the problem has been all this while. Moving on to the next thing that I'm going to be talking about, you guys, Chrisean Rock. Chrisean is out there basically doing all sorts of nonsense, okay? She's out here saying that, oh my goodness, if people disrespect me, that's when I become disrespectful. And she's trying to justify getting all physical, you guys. If you didn't know, it is being reported, you guys, that Chrisean was out there basically going physical and punching people, you guys, at a time at Braxton's concert, okay? So apparently she punched James Wright and he bled and stuff like that, and she's coming out here trying to justify that sort of behavior. I remember in my previous video telling you guys that sometimes I do feel bad for Chrisean. I feel like she has hurt, but like when it continuously happens, things like this, like, that's just disrespectful. It's disrespectful. And Tamar's best friend was not here for it, okay? He was out here saying that, oh, well, they would make sure that she goes to jail. And at this point, I really don't know how else to defend her, you guys, because it's sad. It's crazy, you guys, thinking that you can just go through life putting your hands on people. It's the most insane thing that I've ever seen on the internet. And you see there are people who are out here basically applauding that nonsense, okay? And according to Tamar's friend, she was not even supposed to be performing, okay? And now do you see now what's happening? It was a beautiful Tamar moment. And instead of Tamar celebrating a concert and everything, it's now about her and her mess. And sometimes I really do feel like she confuses, the world for Zeus Network. And sometimes she feels like life is one big episode of Bad Girls Club. Like, what is that? She really does think that the world and life in itself is an episode of, what you call that trashy show of theirs, of Bad Girls Club. Like, because, no, man, everything is not a reality TV scene, okay? And honestly speaking, if they do decide to continue pressing charges, I don't feel bad for her, okay? Because she really, that's just stupid. I hardly would use that word here, but that's exactly. Do you understand what is giving? The next thing that I'm going to be talking about, you guys, Benzino's child is out there in an interview with Coileray and the father, you guys. At this point, I don't know what happens with the two of them, okay? Is it a dislike, love relationship? What is that, you guys? Because Koi is out there saying that Benzino is envious of her in an interview, with Angie Martinez. And it seems like Benzino was not here for it because he wrote a whole paragraph, you guys, debunking all of this, cleaning up his character and saying that that's not how the situation is like. And when it comes to the two of them, you guys, honestly, I'm tired. Because with Coileray, one day, she's out here saying that the dad was the provider, was the best father, and things like that. And the next thing, she does stuff like this. At this point, I feel like she just does anything to get a little bit of clout. That's how I feel, because it's crazy. I'm just going to insert, Benzino's message, but I'm not going to read it out. We spent a lot of time talking about Messi Lee and all the crazy things that he has been doing, you guys. This video ended up turning into a rant, go to 9 minutes, and we were still talking about one topic. But I feel like things like this have to be said. They have to be documented, you guys, okay? Just for future, for tomorrow's reference. Because if we don't document things like this that Messi Lee is doing, people tend to forget. So let's document this so that when in the future things start happening, we'll say, okay, but this is what has been happening. That's why I continuously, invest my time in seeing how these people are being dirty, and shameful towards Nicki Minaj. It's for moments that will need backing evidence to support. Thank you very much, you guys, for watching, and thank you very much for making it this far. If you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button and do turn on the notification bell. You guys, I just noticed that we are now on 9,000 subscribers. Yes, we are sitting on 9K, so please do not forget to subscribe and be part of the family if you haven't already. Until my next one, see you.